go by subway is faster and safer.
Okay. And is there a subway stop at the West Park?
There just one stop subway stop at the when west. There no subway stop at West Park.
Okay, no subway at the West Park. Okay. Okay. And
yeah.
how to catch the bus? All right. So, and the next thing, I will ask a question about you. Let's see.
Yeah.
And have you ever taken a bus or subway to travel?
Yes. I will. When the subway. About the subway when I when I have a chance went to the overseas, and I have a chance to try the subway. I think it's really fast and convenient. And about bus, in the last time when I was a student in high school, I had to go went to my school by bus
Okay.
usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
And mm, have you ever take a subway to go somewhere? Take a subway.
Subway.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I try to went to some market and by subway when I lived in the New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think subway is faster and safer?
Yes, of course. Because the people go to. I know that because the subway the transportation in the other country they really focus the authority really focus on the system of their vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And the subway also have their own the way from them from go to from the distance. So I think it's really fast and safe.
Okay. And when you live in New Zealand for a couple years ago, and mm, you often choose the public transportation instead of personal vehicle.
No, actually, we used to use bus. When went to my school, or I usually work go because when we go to something somewhere is really far, we have to use the subway or bus, and
Yeah.
with the distance just maybe 10 kilometers around, we usually go by our leg, like go work
Go to work, go at work.
go work. Đi
Uh,
bộ. Yeah.
a walk, a walk.
A walk. Yeah,
A
a
walk.
walk.
I think it's a
And
walk.
we all we have our own. I have my own car, but in the New Zealand, they drive in the left hand. So it's different with our country. So I just try to drive a car a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
my husband and my friend usually use when we want to move the long far the market, which really cheap
Uh-huh.
to buy
Okay.
the food. Yeah,
And the food, to buy the food, okay.
yeah,
And okay. Mm, do you for a far distance you often use a subway or bus, and when you move to another place that is near from your house, okay, you often
yeah,
drive with your cars. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
That you have to try to drive on the left side instead of the hand side on the right hand
yeah,
side, like in Vietnam. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And what do you think about the traffic jam in Europe, especially in the country you live in, like New Zealand?
You know, I think in the New Zealand, I live for maybe nearly a year, so I've never seen any the problem about traffic jam.
Yeah.
But in Vietnam, you know, it happened every day, every time that I see. And you know, at the last month when I have to work, my company is really far from my home, and I have to go to work it really uh, early, and I also get the traffic jam. I feel I really get the trouble and I feel really tired when I have to go to work, because
Oh,
the time I have to spend on the in the traffic jam is really long.
uh-huh. You mean just in Vietnam or New Zealand? In New
In
Zealand.
Vietnam, yeah,
In
in
Vietnam.
Vietnam, but yeah, because that I said that when I live in New Zealand is nearly a year.
Mm,
Um, I've never seen any the problem about traffic jam.
you haven't ever seen the congestion
Yeah,
in the
in there the system transport system.
okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, when you come back to Vietnam, yeah, you always get stuck in the traffic jam.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, because the population in the New Zealand, maybe all of their citizen is just for I remember that maybe 4 or 5 million people, but in their country, but in Vietnam it just you know it's maybe
over over 10 million people in
10.
or 20
Yes.
million people in Saigon.
Yeah. So therefore they don't have any about any problem about congestion.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, yeah. For you, have you ever thought about the solution to reduce the congestion in Vietnam? Okay, what will you do to reduce the congestion in Vietnam if you were to work for the government?
Yes. I think the first thing is that we have to remove or delete the motorbike,
Remove,
and we should you know we should take higher tax on the private vehicle.
uh-huh.
Yeah, because you know in when I live in New Zealand, when we I can buy a car, a new car. It's really cheap. It's you know, you just spend maybe two 1 to 3 thousand New
Dollar.
Zealand dollars. It's you may think it's quite expensive in Vietnamese, but in Vietnam, but it's really cheap in the New Zealand like this, and but you can buy it easily, and you can buy the gas or petrol. It's really cheap, but the most thing you have to think um, about that when you buy a car, that is the chi phí. I chi phí là gì nhỉ?
For us, the cost.
The cost, you have to pay the cost for car park is really high. They they count the cost for per hour, so it's really high.
Okay. And yeah, it's mean you are okay in Vietnam. I think the price of the car is very expensive. So yeah, that's a way to reduce to remove or to the vehicle like a motorbike on the
Yep.
road. But we still stuck in the traffic jam every day. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, in New Zealand, everybody often use do you often see everybody use public transportation a lot or not?
No, I can see they use because I live in the middle city, and I can see most of people go for their work by by walk, and if they live long far from a city, they usually use public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Just the Asia people like Chinese and Vietnamese,
Mm-hmm.
they use the private
Private vehicle.
vehicle. Yeah,
Vehicle. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm, okay, yes. I think in the future we should use public transportation like the subway or train or bus or
Now I live in the nearly the new sky subway. You know,
sky
tàu điện ngầm,
sky
right?
train.
Skytrain. So it's I heard that it's going to run. So I have seen it run on the train.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I think in nearly future, some
In the near
I think
future.
I
Okay.
want to say that in nearly future, maybe I will try to go to somewhere by sky train,
Uh-huh.
because
Sorry. Train.
in nearly in the last month I've heard that they have people's death because I feel really nervous when I decide to try this sky train.
Uh-huh. Okay. I think I know. I know. Mm-hmm. you heard the news that someone died in this by train, so you also
Yes.
scared. Okay.
Do you want to try do you want to try this kind of transportation
Yeah,
in Vietnam?
in Vietnam. Maybe I think if a lot of people use public transportation like subway or SkyTrain, yeah, I will use this in the nearest future.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm not the first person. I'm not the first
Okay, I
person.
know.
I'm not the
Yes.
first guy. Okay. Now, yes, do you have any question for me? Yeah. And oh,
No.
see, in the next day we will have a small test. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Home.
Yes.